Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to be demonstrating how to turn your GoPro Hero 8 protective case into a case made to motovlog with my lovely assistant behind the camera. That was an awesome transition. So, what you're gonna wanna do, this is gonna be really quick and dirty, because if I mess up, then I can just get another case or something. You're gonna wanna have your Hero 8, and you're going to want to take the door off, which I probably should have shown you how to do that. So I'm going to pull the battery out just for simplicity's sake. So the door, all you got to do is open it and then pull it straight up and it'll pop off. But you want to take the door off for this surgery, and you're going to want to put the GoPro back in the case, in whatever case you want to use the motovlog with, and a Sharpie would be fantastic. A blue Sharpie will work fine. Any color Sharpie you got should work fine. So you're going to want to mark the case, because I don't want to drill with the GoPro still in the case, but right there where the USB Type-C connector is, I'm just going to mark that space, and you just have to get it close. It doesn't have to be perfect, because you're going to do some fine-tuning adjustments after all this is all said and done. Haven't had to do this in a long time. Haven't had to do this since the Hero 4, so might be a little rusty on this. But I've got an assortment of drill bits here. I'm gonna start with the smallest one, or maybe not the smallest one. Nope, never mind, they're the same. So I am gonna start with the smallest one. It's a 1/16, and this is just a pilot hole, basically. And fun fact, on my Hero 4, I actually did that case, if I had it with me somewhere, I did that with a knife. So you can do this with a pocket knife if you have one, but I'm going to try to make this one look pretty cool, or as good as I can. So I'm going to start by drilling a hole right there, and you want to start with a small drill bit, obviously, because the smaller it is, the more it won't walk, or the easier it is to control. You just want to move up in drill bit sizes. You can make a pretty big jump on the second drill bit size. So let's go ahead and hop up to, say, a 7/64. That sounds pretty good. Because once that pilot hole is drilled, then you don't have to worry about it walking at all, really. So now, rinse and repeat. We're gonna keep jumping up in drill bit sizes until the hole is perfectly symmetrical. Let's go ahead and jump up to let's do 11/64. Why not? Let's just do that.
Is that how you pronounce that? 11/64?
Yep, that's how you do it.
It's weird.
It is weird. Standard stuff is weird.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so now I've got two really big holes, so I've got to get that center hole wallered out. So what you can do is you can just run the bit in there, and you can walk it back and forth from side to side to kind of waller the hole out to make this an oval shape. So now that you've done that, now it's a great time for a test fit, because from here on out, you're just going to be trying to get it to the point to where the connector will connect to the GoPro, and you want to make the smallest hole possible. So right now, I don't think it's gonna work. See, the actual connector slides in, but the shroud around it will not. So I think we're gonna have to go one step bigger. So if you look here, I'm good on the right, but I need a lot more opened up on the left for this to plug in. We're gonna jump up to a 7/32. So now that we've got it nice and full of plastic, you're gonna wanna take some time and clean that out. Okay, that goes in pretty good. Made the hole a little bit bigger than I wanted to, but that's okay. No one's gonna care what the hole looks like while you're filming. So now, we gotta get all this nastiness cleaned out of here, because I don't wanna just shove the GoPro in here. And make sure you make this huge mess in your kitchen, so that way your wife can get mad at you. In my defense, Axel did it.
Nobody believes you.
But now that that's kind of clean, that looks really good. Ta-da! and it is solid. Like, it is not going anywhere. So now, all I gotta do is clean it up just a little bit more, and then I can start motovlogging with it, and I should be able to plug this in any direction I want, hopefully. Yep, and it's not putting a strain on the plug, and now I can hook this up to the helmet. So the next thing we're gonna do is route this thing to where I can hook up my microphone to it, and then we'll be done. All right, so this is the OG motovlogging setup. I've got the Icon variant with the GoPro Hero 4 mounted up here, and this is the same setup that I've had for years now. I've got this custom dirt bike. Well, it's not custom for me, but this is actually, this mount right here on the front is made for dirt bikes. I bought it and utilized it for motovlogging, and it's been a great setup ever since. So converting what we already have to work with the Hero 8 should be very simple. So first things first, we're going to unplug the Hero 4 microphone adapter. We're going to reach up under here and pull the microphone out. There we go. So that's my microphone connection right there. And so this is what has always converted, you know, the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack into the mini USB to work with the Hero 4. So, gonna pull this out. And so this case right here was actually designed to have all of the connectors for the Hero 4 available. So it had this perfectly cut slot. Don't know if they'll ever have a case for the Hero 8 for this. I really hope they do. But until then, this is how we're gonna work it. I actually found my original case. I use it all the time, but this was my original vlogging case, and I used a pocket knife to do that instead of the drill bits. So it works. No longer waterproof, but it worked. So, and here's another case for the Hero 4 with the battery backpack backing to it. So, done deal. So now, all we gotta do is hook up the Hero 8. It's hard for me to say that. Hook up the Hero 8 case to the helmet. There's that. So now all we gotta do is find a good place to put this, and we'll be able to plug it in here, and no one will be the wiser as far as the most part, except the videos are gonna look really good. So I think if I'm really lucky, I can hide it up inside here, and I can just move my connection over to that section. So let's see. I think it will fit very nicely in there somehow, but we'll see. So now that should be all we have to do. Now you may be asking yourself, how strong is this mount? Well, let's see, because I'm curious myself. It's pretty strong. So I'm not worried about it falling off for any reason, unless I'm in a wreck, which hopefully that won't happen. Yeah, knock on wood. So now you just want to kind of look at it, make sure it's pretty straight, and it seems to be pretty straight enough for our uses. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So with it being right here, I can actually tell when it's recording, which is super convenient. So I can actually see the little dot. The Hero 8 has a dot right there, and I should be able to see that perfectly to make sure we're still recording. And I can't tell you how many times a video has been saved because I've been able to see, even on the Hero 4, I've been able to look back and see that it's actually recording. So I've actually looked down several times and could tell that the video was not recording. So, with that all being said, I just need to move my microphone. I need some more slack though. Luckily there's a mile of it in here. So now that that's in there, I can manipulate it. I can actually manipulate the adapter, which is really nice. So I could actually just pull it straight out if I wanted to, but I think it's gonna stay there nicely. So now, moment of truth time. Just to make sure that this is all gonna work out. There it is. And I mean, it's definitely bulkier than the Hero 4 setup, but it's there and it's gonna work. So the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about real quick here at the end of the video. So this is all perfect. This is all great. This is gonna work. I'm gonna go on a couple test runs, but I'm sure it's gonna work. So that's all well and good. That's great. Here's the biggest thing with the Hero 8. While this hole is there and I can connect the adapter to it so I can use the microphone, I got the battery here and it slots in. And when I was looking this thing up before I purchased it, I was thinking to myself, how in the world am I gonna be able to keep the battery in here while this is plugged in without the door being on? And I'm still working on a solution for that, and I think I have one. But as you can see, I don't know if this will work or not, but I'm trying as hard as I can to get the battery to come out. And there is no way that this type of motion is ever gonna happen to my head. If it does, I'm probably gonna die. So, with that being said, without me touching the battery, I'm gonna see if this thing comes on after me jerking it like that. And it does. So I'm not super worried about the battery just popping out on me, so that's a great sign. But with that being said, I am positive that somebody will come up with a better solution, but my solution is I've got this padding here, and I was actually using this as kind of a test for some sound deadening material in my car. So, with that being said, you can take some of this material, and I need some scissors. You can take this material and cut it to size, and I'm just gonna do a quick and dirty here, just to show how easy this can be. And I don't know what this is. It's like packaging. It came in a box, and I've got a lot of foam and stuff like that kicking around. So that almost fits perfectly. I just need to trim a little bit more off. See, that right there fits really good. And so, honestly, this stuff is a little bit too thick, but it does deteriorate after a while and it won't be as thick, but it can crush down pretty far. So my plan was to just shove this in here just like so. And that's absolutely 100% perfect. So now the battery can't possibly just jostle out, and I should be able to plug this adapter in perfectly. Yep, there it is. So that's my solution. Get you some of this. This is enough material to last the life of the GoPro and the helmet and everything else. That I'll never have to replace this stuff. But I'll probably cut me up a couple strips and keep it in my jacket, because that's just what vloggers do. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this video, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm really excited to bring you some good, new, better content with the Hero 8. And that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. Do it for the dog. And if you liked it, smash that like button, and remember to share the video with your friends, your family, and your dog. Hope you all have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.